Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. And welcome to another Dhamma session. Now, as you know, this is a wonderful opportunity to put things down, to put everything down, learn to do nothing. Not learn to do nothing means not, it doesn't mean not doing anything. It means not carrying the burden in your mind. We have to do certain things every day, for example, eating food or some basic taking care of the body, answering the calls of nature, or we have to meet some people every day, whether we are in the monastery or lay people at their homes. We have to do certain things, our work, our duties, our responsibilities. These are necessary things. We need not try to run away from them. We should rather develop wisdom to know the best way to deal with them, to do our work without making it a burden in our mind. So we will have some practical session. We will do meditation for some time now. Just sit comfortably. Make your mind peaceful. Let go things, good and bad, past and future. Let them go. Put things down. Tell yourself, I have come here to train myself in letting go. The more I carry, the more I become dissatisfied. So I need to learn the letting go. So I will practice the letting go now. Wherever your seat is, just make sure whether you are sitting in the chair or on the cushion or wherever you are sitting. Make sure you take a comfortable posture, head to feet. Just see, feel the body entirely. If there is any stress, any burden, let it go as well. Release the burden. Don't cling on to the heaviness or pain or some kind of uncomfortable feeling. Just be at ease physically and mentally. When you can feel at ease, this body, heavy burden of this body, you wouldn't feel. Learn to be at ease. Learn not to cling. Stay peacefully with non clinging, with peacefulness, with calmness. If the thoughts are coming, let them come. If they are going, let them go. Just don't cling, don't hold. When it is arising, be aware this is one thought that is arising. When it is ceasing, be aware it is ceasing. It is coming to an end. That's all. No good, no bad. Just stay with non clinging. Whatever you are feeling at this moment on the body or in your mind, whatever is arising, let them go. Don't cling. When you don't cling, your mind will be peaceful. Your mind will feel lighter and lighter. Just be at ease and calm and peacefulness. With this calm and peaceful mind, remain aware of the thoughts that are coming. Some of them may be wholesome, some of them may not be wholesome, some of them may be rooted in greed, hatred, etc. Some of them may be rooted in non greed, non hatred, etc. Just see their arising and then passing away immediately, and then another new one arising, mostly based on the previous one. and then passing away again, and the new ones keep on arising and then passing away. Whatever the thoughts are, their fundamental nature is to arise and pass away. Let your mind be aware of this fundamental fact. Let your mind grasp it correctly, understand it correctly, and you can only grasp it correctly when you are observing them with non clinging. No matter how good or bad they are, do not cling. Just observe them with non clinging. Whatever is arising, know with awareness. Whatever is passing away, know with awareness. And stay with non clinging. Sometimes unknowingly, because of old habit patterns, some clinging will appear. If that appears, be aware of it. Don't be fooled by clinging. If the king clinging comes or wants to come through some kind of back door, know it. Make your mindfulness strong so that it can catch, and then just put it down without fighting with it. Just put it down. Don't hold. Stay with the fundamental of arising and passing away. This is your mainstay. Let your mindfulness know this correctly as it is. No imagination, no idea, no perception, just knowing what is arising and what is passing away. That's all. Train yourself in knowing correctly the rising and passing away with mindfulness and clear comprehension, clear understanding, whatever is arising, whatever is passing away, with clear understanding, with a mind sharp with non clinging. As you know more and more of this arising and passing away, you can see more and more clearly that none of these objects, none of these thoughts that arise in the mind, all these mental objects, they are not really I. They are not really permanent. When the mind clings onto them, mind forms an opinion. Mind forms an opinion. This one I need, I want. This one I don't need, I don't want. This one is good or bad. This one I would do, this one I would not do. But in essence, all these so called good and bad are subject to arising and passing away, including the opinions that we form about them. You can see how insubstantial they are. So quickly they come and go. Because of clinging, mind becomes obsessed, forms ideas and perceptions, and then continues with those things. Mind forms, mind creates actions. When mind creates actions, the results follow. As it is following in the past lives as well as in the present life. See clearly the arising and passing away, how quickly they are coming and going. If they are arising and passing away, are they worth clinging? Should we keep on clinging and forming opinion and continuing with our actions? Should we continue with the flow or just come out? Is it useful or futile? When you see clearly the rising and passing away, the mind and mental objects separately, and also their arising and passing away, then you will have some idea what to do with them. Then you will know it is not worthy of clinging because futile they are. But then mind is clinging again and again. That has become the habit of mind. The good thing is we can change that habit. We can change that habit of clinging to non clinging. But it requires practice. We need to be aware of the thoughts that are arising and also passing away, and the next, like this. We need to see them clearly as coming and going, not substantial, not permanent, not full of essence. Mind and mental objects, they come and go. Arise and pass away. So we need to train ourselves in seeing this arising and passing away. And we can only train ourselves when we are not obsessed with this habit of clinging, when we cut down this clinging, observe them with non clinging, then this arising and passing away, the knowledge of arising and passing away, and their real nature will start appearing before you. So start with this. Start with non clinging, start with letting go, and then see how things coming and going. And keep on letting go, keep on developing this non clinging, being aware of the arising and passing away. Now you may slowly open your eyes. So there was a short meditation on the nature of our mind, on the nature of the thoughts. It is in the Satipatthana. We call it Chittanupassana, knowing the mind, being aware of the mind. So, this is one of the four Satipatthana practices. You can practice it every day because, as I said, mind is obsessed with clinging. Mind is very much obsessed with clinging, I say. Mind is mad with clinging. Mind is feverish with clinging. Mind is burning with this clinging. You don't understand sometimes or many times, but it is so. And when the mind is burning, it is feverish, it is obsessed with clinging. Your happiness shall not arise because mind is obsessed with clinging to empty objects, insubstantial objects. How will it find happiness? Is it possible? But then mind has become obsessed. And when the mind is obsessed, you have to do something about it. So you observe the mind, you observe the thought process, you observe their true nature. Thoughts coming, disappearing. Another one coming, disappearing. Are they real? Are they really substantial? Is there an essence in them? Do you see an essence? A permanent essence in all these things? No, there isn't. If there was a permanent essence in any of these thoughts, even one single of them, that essence would have stayed with your mind. Just see the stream of your thoughts. So many, so varied, so different, changing again and again, depending on previous one, the new one arising, but the previous one, new one, not same. Change, little change here, there. Intensity is more, intensity is less. Why? Because they are all separate. They're all separate thoughts, like a flowing river. You see, when the river is flowing, you don't segregate the water drops, but they are separate. The river, if you're standing in one place, in one part of the bank, the water that flew 2 seconds or 1 second before, and that is flowing now, and what will flow after 1 or 2 seconds, not the same water, different water. But you see that the water is flowing in the river. Do you see different waters flowing? Molecules different, drops different. There is a cohesion among them. Similarly, there's a series of thoughts that are flowing. You think this one is the mind. So there's a view of the essence, I. So we must train ourselves in Chittanupassana. Again and again we must observe it with non-clinging. What happens? First, some of them we cling, some of them we don't cling. And many times we forget about non-clinging. But then when you practice, non-clinging becomes stronger. When non-clinging becomes stronger, your mind is gaining strength. Why? When you are putting that clinging on the mind, mind is already burdened. It cannot work very fast, very sharply. When you are removing that burden of clinging from the mind, mind is light. It can work better. It is more sharp, more agile. Then it starts developing that awareness. Oh, this one is coming and going. Another one coming and going. Mind is there. Mental objects are there. Mind is all these thought process, the mental objects associated with this thought process, coming, going. Not a single one permanent. You start seeing like that. Not a single one substantial, not a single one has a everlasting essence that you can call I. We cling because we tend to give importance. We tend to think this is of essence, this is of value, this is of this is the reason, or this will be the reason for my happiness. But when their nature is empty, when their nature is insubstantial, empty, without essence, can they truly be the cause of your true happiness, everlasting happiness, unchanging happiness? Is it possible? Can you achieve happiness, stable happiness, with an empty object? Can you? And the bigger problem is, though the object is empty, you think it is not empty. So you are doubly deluded. First of all, it was not capable of producing that happiness, and then you wrongly think it is capable of producing that happiness, therefore, you give importance. That's why the Buddha said, we ourselves are fully responsible for our happiness and suffering, not other people. How can other people be? They don't cling to your thoughts. They don't think this is of essence. They don't give it value. They don't think this is permanent or everlasting, or this is a source of everlasting joy, happiness, freedom from suffering. They don't think like that. You think with regard to your thoughts. Other people think with regard to their thoughts. So everybody is creating their own web and getting caught in their own web. That's the way the whole samsara goes on. So we must observe them with non clinging. When you observe them again and again and again, the inner subtleties and emptiness and non essence becomes clearer and clearer. Then we don't give it as much value, don't give as much importance, don't be obsessed with that clinging that we had. We can develop a bit of non clinging, a bit of letting go. That is the beginning point of your happiness. The more you keep, the more you feel heavy. The more you feel heavy, more you feel tired. More you feel tired, you say, I am unhappy, I am so sad, I am like this, I am like that. But who kept all these ideas and perceptions, wrong views? No, it's not other people. It's we only do. So if we don't do, then all this burden is gone. The whole practice of Sila Samadhi Panya is to put down the burdens, the gross and the subtle. Burdens that make us heavy, make our mind heavy, dull, unworkable. Buddha, in his highest wisdom, understood what are the things that makes the mind workable and what are the things that makes the mind unworkable. And then he pointed to those things and said, okay, you have to put these things down. All these lova dosa moha, they will make your mind unworkable and you cannot understand. Then you will carry more and more burden. You will become more and more unhappy. Therefore, you put it down, start letting go, and then your mind will become more and more workable. Then you will able to develop deeper awareness, wisdom, and then you can be happier and happier, and finally go beyond all suffering. So this whole working, this whole mechanism with the minutest of detail that can be understood, that is possible to be understood, that is there. The Buddha understood it. And then he gave it in simple terms. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. It is complicated. You can't find it on your own. Most of the people can't because it is so subtle. By, but because the Buddha is the greatest compassionate one, he has put it in simple way so that people can understand, can grasp, can practice, and be liberated, be free from suffering. So at least we can practice and be at ease. Put down our burden. That's at least that much we can do out of our gratitude. If we have a little bit of, even a little bit of our gratitude towards the Buddha, at least that much we can try to practice and do. Buddha already did so much for us. At least this much we should try to do if we really want to pay respect to the Supreme Buddha. So this Chittanupassana, all these four Satipathanas, Kaya Anupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, and Dhammanupassana. All these four, they are very essential. Buddha says these four you have to practice if you really want to develop your wisdom and if you really want to go beyond, if you really want to attain Nibbana. So today we have practiced a little bit of Chittanupassana. You can go deeper and understand more if you practice, but at least start with this. Start with these. Stay peacefully. Observe the thoughts and coming, how they are coming, how they are going, whatever is coming and going, and stay with non clinging. And sometimes your mindfulness is not strong. Your non clinging will disappear and clinging will come. So try to develop more mindfulness so that you can catch, oh, that clinging has come in, non clinging has gone away. Okay, I will bring the non clinging again and see how it is coming and going, coming and going. Then The arising and passing away will become clearer. So start with this and then go gradually deeper. No need to tell or no need to have expectation. Oh, I start and then I understand the entire working of the mind by today's session or by tomorrow or day after. No, no, no. Go gradually. But keep practicing. Keep doing it mindfully. Then things will become clearer and clearer and clearer. Emptiness will become clear. Non substantial nature will become clear. It is without essence that will become clear. By clinging to things without essence, insubstantial, you are only aggravating the suffering. You are only putting the burden in your mind. You are only increasing your actions and your cycle. That will become clear. Let it come, let it happen. Don't try to rush things, but be mindful and keep practicing. So that's the short Dhamma message I wanted to give. We will give the blessings. Sabetiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattu antarayo sukhi dikayuko bhava abhivadana silissa niccang vaddapachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukhang balang bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanuvavena sada satthe bhavantu te भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वधर्मानुभावेन सदा शुद्धे भवन्तु ते भवतु सर्वमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वसङ्घानुभावेन सदा शुद्धे भवन्तु ते. May by the blessing wholesome actions, meritorious actions, and by the blessings of all the monks, may you all be happy, peaceful, and may you all keep practicing joyfully and keep progressing on the path of Dhamma and attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana at the earliest. Sukhino Bhavantu.